Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode here on African Confessions. The following confession that you're going to be listening to, it was sent to me by one of our admin, and it reads like this. Hello, how are you? Please post my story on your page. I am a retired Nigerian doctor. I should have died a very long time ago, but these women that I sacrificed, 6 of them, they have been keeping me alive, and I don't know where else to turn to. I should have died a very long time ago. Sometimes I hear voices that will be talking in my head. These voices, when they speak to me, it is very scary. You can hear that this is a demon that is communicating with you, and they will be telling me that it is all going to end the same and I'm going to die. I am a Nigerian man, a doctor by training. I am retired now, living quietly here in Stellenbosch in South Africa. The kind of a life that I am living, if you see me, you'll never know that I am a man that does not know any kind of peace. One will think that I'm just another old man enjoying his peaceful life. I do have friendly neighbors. I am very social, and people, they just don't know my past. They don't know that there are many graves that are there because of the rituals that I did. This story, it happened 23 years ago when I was still based in Johannesburg. That time, the life that I was living, like I was living an expensive life. Soon after the death of my wife, I started to have a lot of women in my life, and these women, they needed money, and I had the money. I was doing very well once, very, very well. I came to South Africa in the late 1990s with education. I was a confident man. I had been working as a doctor, and just working as a doctor alone did not satisfy me. I wanted more. Me and my wife, we wanted a high kind of lifestyle that made us to look good. And after my wife had passed away, I kept on doing this. But my wife, she used to keep checks on me. If I wanted to buy a car that we could not afford, my wife would say no, and I'll stop myself from purchasing that vehicle. But when I was now single, after my wife had passed away, whatever that I wanted, I'll just buy. I wanted more. Maybe I just wanted to stand out. Maybe it was because of all the women that were in my life that I wanted to impress. I wanted properties and I wanted status. I wanted to live like the men that I had admired growing up, because going back to Nigeria, I come from a very poor family, and I had one uncle of mine who was the eldest, in which my father was born into, and he was someone that was very arrogant and rude. Whenever we would go to his house, he would make us look like we were not even related to him. So that trauma was always in my mind, knowing what they had done to my father. I bought too many properties at once. I guess I did. Flats, houses, investments that looked good on paper. At the same time, I was spending like money had no end. If I had only bought the properties that I had bought all at once, it was not going to be a big problem, because I could bounce back and resell those properties. But the lifestyle that I had, it's like I was having a midlife crisis. I did not know what to do with all the money that I had, and I was spending money, and women, they knew that I was a boss when it came to spending money, spoiling all of these women. These women, I would take them to endless trips across the world, alcohol at my house, at different expensive clubs, just showing off. I was living above my real wealth. I was a millionaire, yes I was, but I was spending as if I was a billionaire. I knew it, but I was prideful, and the women that I was dating, a couple of them, they were even celebrities. And when you are dating such women, you want to keep that status and you do not listen to the warnings when you are being told that you are spending more than you are earning. I was spending money that I could not replace. Then the real estate market, it just collapsed, but not that much. When it collapsed, rent stopped coming in properly. The properties, they stood empty for too long. The banks then started calling, and the debts grew in South Africa and in Nigeria, because I also had some properties that I had in Nigeria, and I started drowning in debt. When you have started drowning in debt, it is very difficult for you to pull yourself out of debt. That is when fear entered into my heart, and I started to act as if I was a desperate man, because I still wanted to keep those properties. At first, I tried to ignore it, but then I went back to Nigeria. The first time around, I went and I consulted with this other high priest, who then took me to the village where he comes from. I met this man in Lagos. He took me to the village, and I was taken up into the mountain. That was where his father's shrine was, and I met the father who stays in the cave. And I was told that in order for me to return back all the money that I had lost and to make more money until I die, I was supposed to sacrifice a woman. But I had underestimated this woman. All that I knew was that she was a gold digger who knew that I had a lot of properties both in South Africa as well as in Nigeria, and she wanted to become my wife one day. She was excited, and she was going to become my sacrifice. As we were driving from Lagos going to the village, she did not even know that she was going to become my sacrifice when we would have arrived in the village. But I underestimated him. She was someone that was a prayer warrior. When I arrived with him in the village at the shrine, she did not even know that we were at a traditional healer's shrine. And then I was told that this one had been rejected by the gods, so I was supposed to look for another one. I then returned back to South Africa. I had already been dating this other girlfriend of mine who was into a lot of traditional stuff. So this one, I knew very well that she was far from God with the life that she was living and the things that I had witnessed her doing, even in her own room, casting some spells. I went to Nigeria with this South African girlfriend of mine. She was my sacrifice, my first one. She was a young, beautiful woman. She was studying at a university, and she was loving. She believed me, and she thought that she was going to meet my relatives as well. When we arrived in that village, they did a ceremony for him, and then the time came. We went with him up into the mountain. That was when she started to panic, and she started asking me why was it that we were going into the bushes like that. And I told her that this was a traditional ceremony so that we can be joined together. I asked her and I said, "You want to become my wife, don't you?" And she said yes. We arrived at the cave, and then the healer took out a knife and he cut me on the palm of my hand, as well as that South African girlfriend of mine. And then we squeezed the blood into a wooden bowl, which the traditional healer drank that blood, and this just sealed her fate. She was going to start running mad the moment that we would come back to South Africa. She did not even understand what was happening. When we returned back, she was not the same person. She started complaining, and then one day she told me that she had a dream and she was being chased by demons from Nigeria, and I knew that it had started. I was going to get my money back, all that I had lost, and I was going to spend as much as I could. For now, I had an unlimited source of wealth. She started running mad completely for 5 years, and her family blamed me because they knew that I had taken her to Nigeria. I denied everything I bribed even some of her brothers, silenced them with money. But at night, I would even cry, knowing that she was out there alone, running mad, probably confused, not knowing what was really happening to him. So since there was some drama that had happened between me and their parents, I then made an oath to myself and I said, I am never going to allow myself to be in this situation again. If it happens that I have to go and perform another sacrifice, I will date a woman and make sure that she does not introduce me to her family, to her friend. I'll become a secret blesser. So I started being a blesser to many college South African students, as well as those that were going to different universities. I would give them money, and after 5 years, I would go with that woman that I'll be dating that was crazy in love with me, to believe in each and everything that I would suggest her to do for me. So I'll be like, I want to take you to Nigeria so that you can understand the culture, so that you can get to know my people, and then we can get married. And for a woman that was still at university, she's probably broke, and she knows that with the way that the system is rigged, even if she completes her education, she will probably stay at home unemployed, working for an opportunity. And here is a man that she is dating. The man is saying, go with me to my people and I will introduce you to my people, then I'll marry you. Then these women, they'll start to think about all the wealth that I had acquired. Then we are going to own these properties together. Life is going to be amazing. So these women, they would agree. I would go back to Nigeria and then I will do the same ritual. And each and every time when I did these rituals, my money kept on increasing. I did not know that I have to continue doing this, and the moment that I'll stop doing this, these women, those that died, they'll start haunting me. So I kept on doing this until I stopped. There was a year when I told myself that I do not want to do this anymore because I am all grown up. I don't have the energy anymore to climb up mountains, going into the mountains and then getting my hand cut, then that healer drinking my blood. And I stopped doing that. I retired and I have moved away from Joburg, and I have chosen Stellenbosch because it is a quiet place. But what is happening to me is that I hear these voices of these women that I sacrifice. They speak to me, and I have been begging God to just end my life. I started getting sick. I have a chronic condition, pills every day, morning, afternoon, night. My body is exhausted. One night, some years ago, I decided that I did not want to live anymore. I spoke with God and I said, here I come. You are going to judge me, but I can't keep on living this lifestyle anymore. I am tired. I can't keep up with these rituals because I am an old man now. I just want to sit down and to relax. If it was someone else by now, I should have had grandkids, but I sacrificed my children as well when I did these rituals. So when I decided not to wake up anymore the next morning, I swallowed my chronic medication, all of it. I lay down on my bed and I waited. All that this chronic medication, all of it, I cleared 3 bottles of pills for my chronic condition, but nothing happened. I did not die. I slept for about 3 hours. Then I woke up in the middle of the night. Instead of dying, I had severe diarrhea. When I woke up, I thought that maybe I was already dead and maybe I was in paradise or in heaven. I was feeling dizzy by then. I looked and I saw that I was still in the same room, and I said maybe everything is going to vanish and then I'm going to see the spirit world. Then when I had diarrhea, I said, no, you cannot have diarrhea when you are dead. So Death had rejected me, rushed to the bathroom. I spent hours on the bathroom floor, feeling so much pain, even pooping on myself because I was feeling weak, but I did not even die. When I finally slept at around 3 a.m. or 4 a.m., after so many hours of feeling so much pain in my stomach, I then saw all the women that I have sacrificed. They stood a little bit far from me, and all at the same time, as if they were in a choir, they said, "You will not die, and you are not going to die." Since then, I have wished for death many times, but death is refusing to come to me. I don't chase anything in life anymore. I have plenty of cars, some of them that I have forgotten how to drive them. I am not telling this story so that people can feel sorry for me, but I am just here to tell you that it will all end the same. If you do rituals, you will die, but you will die a painful death. The way that I am suffering, I do not wish for anything anymore in my life. This is the punishment that I have to endure. This is my confession. Dear listeners, right, there was a message that was sent to me by one of our admin. Let us talk with our dear brother in the comment section. If you have any confession that you want to share with us, reach out to at Brother Nashi on Facebook. Then I will share your confession here on our platform. Then there is another message that I'm going to be sharing with you, and this message it reads like this. Hello, how are you? Can you please post my story as anon? I need quick answers. We bought a house. Since we moved in, my marriage has been falling apart. I really do not know if this is stress or something else. Sometimes I tell myself, like when I hear some movements that I can't understand, you are an educated person, you are a professional working woman, stop thinking nonsense. But the things that are happening in my home, they don't make sense. Something happens, then I start to lose my mind. I'm a South African woman, aged 29 years old. I am a professional. I work hard. My husband also works hard. We are not kids. We don't believe in easy stories. So last year in December, finally it was done. But after a couple of months, after we had gotten an offer from the bank to get a property, so my husband and I, we bought a house through the bank. It is our first property together, a very big step, something that we were proud of last year. We moved in on the 9th of December. The house, it looks perfect. It is in a gated community, very expensive. It is a nice townhouse, clean, and it looks so beautiful. We were excited, talking about the future. The kids, we only have one child, by the way. And I was thinking of all the things that I was going to put into my house. So this excitement, it did not even last long, hey. On the second day, whilst I was unpacking, I went to the pantry. I wanted to put groceries away properly. That was when I saw it. A huge snake skin, not a small one. It is the skin of a python. It was big, it was thick and coiled slightly and dry. When I saw it, I screamed because for a second I thought that it was a real snake. My heart stopped. I screamed. My husband came running. We just stood there looking at it, not speaking, trying to understand what the hell was happening. This is not a bushy area. Like, this is a residential house. It's a townhouse, and the skin, it looked as if it had been placed there a couple of days before. We did not touch it at first. We did not even know what to do. We tried to call the agent, but the agent who handled the purchase, she was nowhere to be found. And then my husband then said, you know what, it really does not even matter. Let us just remove it and put it outside. I said, how about we put it in the garage? My husband was like, what if it gets alive at night? Let us put it outside. We then put it outside. We were angry and scared at the same time. We asked questions to the agent and responded to us on WhatsApp. The agent contacted the previous owner. He's a man. His name is Banda. So when Banda arrived, his reaction confused us more than the snake skin itself. He did not even apologize. As a matter of fact, he is an arrogant person. He was angry. He shouted at us for touching it. He asked why we opened the pantry. Him and his wife. I have never met such human beings that are so arrogant. He spoke in a tone that we did not even understand, the way that he was harsh. He was even walking around the house as if the house still belongs to him. He picked up the snake skin with his bare hands, put it into his Mercedes-Benz that he was driving with his wife like it was nothing, and left. Later, when the agent came, she was also surprised, this white woman, because she said, Banda told me that he's going to come and we are going to meet him. So I was waiting for him to give me a call. Then I just saw that he was not calling me. So he has already came to pick it up. And we said, okay, yeah, he has already done so. Since we did not want any more drama, we then decided to just let it go. We did not want to ask a lot of questions after that. That was when we heard that this man is a traditional healer, and we have seen several stuff which shows that this house that we bought has been used for some consultation ceremonies. And that was when everything started shifting in my mind. I told myself not to jump into conclusions, but the moment that I started to notice that this house had been used for some consultations, my body and my mind felt uneasy. We stayed, no problem. But there was tension now that was developing between me and my husband. We have had some challenges in the past. When we were still in university, he slept with my best friend, and then she came around the corner. She started chatting to my husband. So all hell broke loose when I found messages on my husband's WhatsApp, and I asked him why the hell was he busy talking to this woman, because we stopped being friends. At least we were in university. My husband apologized. He said that he just saw some messages and he responded it was nothing serious. And I said, nothing serious with the woman that you once slept with. We then started fighting, me and my husband. Brother, even that time when I discovered that there was an affair, I respect my husband, who was then my boyfriend, so much that I did not even shout at him. I only asked him if I was the one that had been treating him wrong, because I had been focused too much on my education studying, and we resolved the issue. Even my mom, when she found out, she said, if you love him, marry him, but make sure that you stay away from your so-called best friend. But all of a sudden, we were busy slapping each other, scratching and fighting. This was not a normal fight. This was like a WWE cage match that was happening. We started smashing things. Rather, it is like we are possessed by demons. As I'm speaking with you right now, we smashed 3 TVs. We already had 3 TVs. One that we had in the sitting room, and then the other one that was in our bedroom. The other one, because before we had a lounge area, we also had a TV there. So the house that we bought, it is a 3-bedroom apartment. So we only had installed the 2 TVs. We smashed all of them. My husband is becoming a violent man. He just took a golf stick and he smashed the TV, and he said, you accuse me of sleeping with your friend again, and I also have no understanding at all that is left in me. Another thing that I've discovered is that ever since we moved in, we have stopped praying together. Every night we would kneel down and pray, but now we do not pray at all. All that we do is deep fighting, angry fights, small things are becoming big things. Those things that we thought were buried, those issues, we argue about them. Things we never argued about before suddenly are becoming much more serious. We have stopped sleeping peacefully. There are many times when my husband just grabs some blankets. After he would have grabbed the blankets, guess what he does? He goes and he sleeps in another room. He even bought a nice couch, and sometimes he can make it to become a bed, and he sleeps there. He locks the door, and I hear him speaking to someone, and we don't talk to each other anymore. We become irritated with each other. This house, it is becoming so scary for me. At night, when I am alone in the bedroom, I feel like there is someone that is standing behind me. Sometimes I hear footsteps when no one is walking. I have to sleep on my right side at all the times. I even pushed the bed so that it can be against the wall. With my back against the wall, then I'll be facing the door at all the times. At night, when I am fast asleep, if I roll over and face to the left side, I will feel that there is someone that is standing behind me. Then immediately when that happens, I'll wake up. Sometimes I once locked my bedroom door, left the key there, but when I woke up, the door, it was wide open. I even asked my husband, and he said no. And if my husband is in the living room, if I go there, then my husband, he would go to the bedroom. If I follow him, he will say, stop irritating me. He spends less time at home. When he is there, he is restless, always looking for a fight, always on his phone. He is always irritated. I have noticed something strange too. When we leave the house for a few days, we are okay, calm, we even make love, we laugh again. But once we return, the tension returns. We argue about small things. We once argued about dishes. It turned into shouting. That was when the other last TV was smashed. We were like animals, wild animals. I have dreams of snakes moving through the walls, and I see even a snake inside the pantry door where we saw the snake being opened, and then I see that there is a snake in there. I once had a very strange dream. I saw a short boy in my dream who was shouting, "The house is not yours, the house is not yours." And then I woke up. I was so scared. I felt as if that short boy was inside the bedroom. I always wake up tired, even after sleeping, always exhausted. I have tried everything, but nothing is helping. And the place where we are staying, everyone mind their own business. I don't know if it is spiritual. I tried to discuss with my husband that we sell this house, then we fought because we don't agree to anything. Please help me. Before December, we were okay, but after we saw that snake skin inside the pantry, that is when the problem started. People can laugh, people can judge, but I'm scared to be at this house at all the times. If my husband takes a very long time not returning back, I stay outside, then I go back indoors when I see his car driving into the yard. Is it possible that this house, it belongs to demons or tokologies? Please assist me. I'll be grateful if you give me any advice. Dear listeners, right there was a message that was sent to us by one of our dear sister. Let us speak with him in the comment section. Maybe you should have called the pastor and then people pray for the house before you start moving in. If you have any confession that you have, maybe you moved into a house, then strange things started happening, you can come to my inbox and then you can share with us. There is another message as well that I want to share with you, and that message, it reads like this. Hi, how are you? Please post my story. And I am a black South African man. It was in the year 2025. My wife and I, we entered the taxi business. It was not a random thing. We planned this. We have saved money and we work, me and my wife, we have been working really hard. So then we were able to get a taxi brand new by the bank, and like we had to do it by the book. We joined a taxi association, paid the fees, followed each and every procedure, did everything the right way, as people say. But taxi business, it is very difficult. I did not even know that taxi business is as difficult as this. Politics, and you have to follow rules. Early in 2025, one of our own, someone from the association, was gunned down just like that. And when we had this, my wife was so scared. My wife is in panic mode right now. But after some meetings, everyone at the meeting, surprisingly, they acted normal. But to us, this is not a normal environment. For someone to be gunned down and they own taxis, they are in the same association as we, it is so scary for us. When we fear, even when we are in our house, my wife is always having bad dreams. I don't know if these bad dreams that she is having, these are just dreams of a woman that is scared that she is going to lose her husband. And I don't think that it is going to happen. But my wife, each and every night, she double check the locks. She checks everything. We even bought a big dog so that we can hear if there are any sounds at all. Every unknown number, to us right now, it is so scary to just receive any phone call. So I have gotten different advice from different friends and family members. One of my cousin said that we need to pray. There are others that are saying that if you are a taxi boss, you must have juju, you must use muti, otherwise you are going to die. So I have been considering muti, since I have been told by someone that is really close to me, who also owns several taxis. These are long distance taxis. So I've been thinking about this. I grew up hearing stories of men that own taxis, and these people, they also use muti. I don't know if this is what I want to do. I just don't want to start using muti when I am all growing up like this, because me and my wife, we have been working hard all of our lives. We just did this investment thinking that it can help us with the other things that we need. I've been encouraged by friends and family and another businessman that also owns taxis. I am asking, as a man who feels fear for the first time in this business, should I start using muti or should I just sell this taxi? Please help me. We have discussed this with my wife, selling the taxi. Then my wife is much more worried. Will leaving the association make us targets anyway, because we are now into this world? I am asking for those that are involved in the taxi business. Is it that dangerous, or are we supposed to switch from this taxi association which we find ourselves in, then we find a route that is not so dangerous like this route, because it has maximum profit? From the short time that we have been running this taxi business, the profits are good. We also once thought of getting a second one, but we were told that the more that you grow, the more that the heat will be placed on you, because you will be taking space. There are those that have a lot of taxis and they do not want to share the route with anyone. Please assist me. I do not want to do anything that will end up with me losing my life, yet I had worked so hard to have a very comfortable life like the one that I do have right now. If I sell this taxi, we are not going to lose anything financially because we are already set up for life. But I just thought that we need a business where we can rotate the money, we can get more money. Please assist me. Dear listeners, right there was a message that was sent to me by one of our DM brother. Let us try to speak with our dear brother in the comment section. Strange things indeed they do happen in this world. To those that own taxis, let us try to speak with our brother in the comment section. Do you recommend that he stays in the industry, or he should just sell that taxi and find another business to do? He had been thinking of buying the second one, but he's scared. He's saying that the route which he is operating, it has a lot of profit, and a lot of people, they want to be in that association. But he's saying that in 2025, there is one that was shot and killed in that association. Let us speak with him in the comment section. Thank you very much for watching this episode. If you enjoyed, please just hit the like button, and also to comment in the comment section.